folks, welcome back to another review with yours truly, Sam Healey. Today we're going to talk about something that I've heard a lot from a number of different people about the miniature board gaming hobby, and that it's so expensive to get into it, and that there's so many hurdles on the front end of getting into this whole miniature gaming hobby. I mean, you got to buy new brushes, you got to buy new paints, you got to buy new models, you got to buy rule books, you got to buy all this stuff, and it really adds up quickly as far as, look, I just want to see if I can enjoy this. I don't even know if I'm going to like it, but there's such a high entry cost to this miniature gaming hobby. Games Workshop has recently come out with an answer, kind of, to that. It's just too expensive. I just want to try it out, see what I think. So they came out with this guy right here, the Battle for Vedros starter set. Now, what this does is it gives you completely what you need to just try the game out, to see how it works. It comes with no less than 28 miniatures, and it's Space Marines and Orcs, my two favorite kinds of armies in the Warhammer 40K universe. So let's get down to the table. I'll show you what's in it, and then we'll come back with our final thoughts. And so as we get into the box of the starter set, you see that we have a book here that, you know, a little slight welcome to the universe, a little bit of backstory, talks about painting the miniatures, different kinds of how to put the miniatures together. And right now we need to take a look at the actual miniatures, because this is not the same kind of miniature that you'll normally find in a Games Workshop thing. They basically have, most of them have, you know, of course there's more for the bigger models, but they usually come in about 3 to 4 pieces in these easy to build sets, which is really cool, because usually a Space Marine miniature is going to have almost 10 pieces. Here you got a head, a 2-piece torso, so that's 3, legs, 2 arms, a gun, a backpack, and then there might be some other pieces there. So anywhere from 8 to 10 pieces for a standard Space Marine model. But these guys come in just about 3 pieces. I mean, if you look at the actual Space Marines here, you've got the major piece, and then you've got his other arm and his backpack. And then normally in a normal Space Marine you have the shoulder pauldrons that also go on there as well. So there's a lot of different things that go on there, but as you can see, the detail of these models is not bad at all. I mean, if you really look at them, the detail that is there, look at the Dreadnought, it's all there. These are the same quality of detail that you're expecting from Games Workshop. They're just easier to put together. So again, this is really kind of a beginner's set for the miniatures. Then you have, and then the Orcs also come with a chopper, which is what these clear stands are for. Big, huge guys here. More things here, and of course dice to roll all of those hits and crits and whatnot. So again, this is you get 28 miniatures in this starter set, and they're the easy to build ones, only about 3 to 4, maybe 5 pieces on each one. So easy stuff to put together. And then with the Battle for Vedros paint set, you get 13 paints, which is a lot, but you'll also notice that they are just basically the half pots, I guess you would almost say. But it comes with all of the different colors that you'll need to paint both the Orcs and the Marines that come in the starter set. The 28 different models that come in there. Also gives you a brush. Now the brush is a very small tipped brush, not anything to write home about. It comes with all of these different colors in there: Macragge Blue, Mephiston Red, Mornfang Brown, Xandri Dust, Wah Flesh, Warboss Green, Lead Belcher, Balthazar Gold, Reichland Flesh Shade, Agrelin Earth, which is a texture for your actual base. It's not actual one that goes on the model. It also comes with Imperial Primer, Ceramic White, and Nuln Oil Liquid Talent. as Rob likes to call it. But it also gives a little bit of an idea on what you should be using those different colors on. Very simple step-by-step process. Shows the Agrelin Earth for your actual miniature base. So this is actually a pretty neat little starter set for Games Workshop to be putting out. I really do like how they are targeting people who are not in the hobby and giving them a way in to kind of get their feet wet, see if this is something they want to go further with. Really cool stuff here. Another thing I wanted to show you that I just received from Games Workshop for their Age of Sigmar line is the Generals Handbook. Now, the Generals Handbook is introducing basically 3 ways of play. Not really introducing, but more or less putting in stone, I guess you could say, 3 different ways to play. There are, first of all, open play games, which are pretty much just what you would use to get into the hobby. You're basically just taking a few models that you've purchased and painted maybe, and getting some dice and tape measure, and you're hitting the table, probably not even using much terrain or anything like that either. But it's basically just an introduction to the game on a very simplistic, easy level. There's also multiplayer rules that you would have to follow. Then they also are going into narrative play games in the book, where you can follow a storyline within the Age of Sigmar universe, and you can actually chain those different battles together in campaigns and so forth and so on. And there's a number of different things in here. And of course, as you can see, the book is just laid out in what you would expect. All of these different illustrations that I have found to be very inspirational as far as when I start to paint my models and that type of thing. I always find myself looking at these things, these pictures, rather than anything else. But so they also have this storyline or narrative play games where you can follow campaigns and historical overarching themes with your battles. And then they also have a section in the book called Matched Play Games, which is going to include ladder campaigns, tournament games, and then regular just pitched battles or match play, where they actually start including the different point totals that you would have in an army. So if I can just zoom in here a little bit so I can maybe hopefully show you what I'm talking about. So as you look at this this book here, it's going to have first of all a unit size, which is for example, for the Judicators, you have a minimum unit size of 5 models. Then you can have a maximum of 20 models, and the point total is 160. What that point total means is every multiple of 5. So to have a 10 model unit of Judicators, you would have to have 320 points. They would cost 320 points, whereas the minimum number of 5 is only 160 points. For the Liberators, you can have a minimum unit size of 5 for 100 points, or you can have up to 20 for 400 points. So you would just simply do the math there. And so that's what a lot of people, I think, were looking for as far as being able to play this on a little bit more of a wider scale. In pitched battles, there's basically 3 different kinds of levels that you can play. You can play Vanguard games, which are basically 1,000-point games. You can do a Battle Host, which is 2,000 points, or a War Host, which is 2,500 points. And then it gives you a number of different stats here of how many leaders you can take, what your battle line is going to be, how many artillery, how many behemoths, and then how many other units you can take. So that is all laid out pretty well in here. It also can tell you how many hours you can expect to play on the Vanguard, the different levels that are there. So I really like that they've been doing this, and I think it's a good thing that they have taken the time to start putting a little bit more structure to the Age of Sigmar universe. And the last thing that I wanted to show you today was the newest version, the new updated version of the white dwarf that just came out here in September 2016. As you can see, bigger, better, and brand new. We're back as a massive new monthly magazine. So I thought it was pretty neat. I was able to get a copy from John up at the portal, and it is amazing, this new version. First of all, it comes with a free model. It's called the Slaughter Priest Citadel miniature, and we'll get to that in a few moments. Slaughter Priest looks like that, real friendly character. But it also comes with box game specials, new rules for 9 box games inside. So new rules for Gore Chosen, Deathwatch Overkill, Space Hulk, the Horus Heresy, Betrayal at Calth, Lost Patrol, Assassinorium, Execution of Force, Warhammer Quest Silver Tower, and Age of Sigmar, and Stormcloud Attack. So there's just a lot of new stuff that's going into this stuff. It's really, really neat. The pictures are all very well done, very good. I don't know, I was blown away by this magazine and all of the cool stuff that's in it. If you look at all this stuff, again, it's just inspiration galore as far as painting your miniatures are concerned. The different kinds of codexes that are coming out. So new new stuff, just out the wazoo. Generals Handbook just talked about that on the video. So this stuff is just really interesting, neat how they have go for a Hall of Fame. Then they also talk about the Army of the Month, the Tempest of Blades, and just pictures are amazing, and talks about a lot of different stuff in the Army, painting styles and all that kind of stuff. It's just really neat. Goes into the box game bonanza, where you have these different things for Deathwatch Overkill, and then you have a new mission for Space Hulk, and some new stuff for the Betrayal at Calth. Lost Patrol, you can actually put Terminators in instead of a Scout Patrol, which is pretty neat. You're still having to hit on 6s with just regular Terminator weapons, but you can also do Cyclone Missile Launchers, which hit on a 5 or a 6, and then Heavy Flamers, which hit on a 3, 4, 5, or 6. So that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. I'm probably going to give it a try as well if I can get my hands on some Terminators. New stuff for Assassinorium Execution Force with Damon data cards, and Gore Chosen with the new Slaughter Priest guy that you have in there. A new guy for Warhammer Quest Silver Tower with the miniature that came in the magazine. So again, there's just a whole bunch of different things that come in this magazine. It is a new format. They're going to be putting them out now monthly, and there's just so much in here that it is just really, really neat. Another ad for the Generals Handbook. They're really pushing that with the 3 different kinds of play. Just really neat. Imperial Knights. So again, if you can get your hand on one of these, I would seriously think about doing so, especially if you're anywhere in the hobby at all. So let's get to back up top. So that's just some of the stuff that Games Workshop has been coming out with to try to gain, I guess you could say, some of the newer clientele that's just waiting for anyone to show them an easy route into the gaming miniature tabletop hobby. With painting and putting together miniatures and customizing and all that kind of stuff. And I think this is a pretty cool step forward in Games Workshop's future, that they're not just catering to those people who have been their players for a long, long time. They're also starting to open up doorways for other people to give the hobby a shot, to see if it's something that they want to try. I mean, I remember when I got into Warhammer 40K back in, goodness, I want to say 3rd or 4th edition. I paid $220, $230 for a starter army set. And I was, I had to save up for it, but I was happy to do it because I was already kind of sure that I was going to enjoy the game. I mean, I knew I was going to enjoy putting the models together. That's something that I had done in my childhood, and this was just the next step for me. But there are a lot of people out there that have no clue if this is what they want to do or not, and Games Workshop is providing, I think, the means, at least partially, kind of a meet me halfway type of idea, where people can try this hobby and check it out. The MSRP for these is $49.99 for the starter set, and then $29.99 for the paint set. So again, that's a little bit on the steep side. You're talking $70 to get into this hobby, but still, that's a far cry from $250, $230. So again, I think they're taking steps in the right direction here. I think it's a positive step forward for Games Workshop. And the new White Dwarf that came out this month, oh my goodness, there's so many cool things in there. They're adding promos and new armies and new rules for all of their box set games that are coming out. New model for 40K. There's so many good things that are out there. I think it's really, really cool that they're doing this. Now, also, the Generals Rulebook. Again, this is another cool thing that Games Workshop is doing, I think. Not only are they catering to the new people, come on here, here's a way for you to get into the hobby. Now they're also listening to the many complaints that they've received about Age of Sigmar, and now they've offered a point system, a tournament system, match play. But there's all these different ways that you can play Age of Sigmar now. There's really no reason not to enjoy it, unless you're just kind of grouchy about having all the new models. Okay, whatever. The thing is, I think Games Workshop is making a lot of positive steps in the right direction. Still a little bit on the expensive side. I get that, but not nearly as expensive as they used to be. They've scaled down stuff and making it more accessible for people that just want to give it a shot. So that is a bunch of different products from Games Workshop. We'll see you guys on the flip side.